past video was just a couple minutes because I had to take
4 yards remaining now
something,
on
so this
second
is
down.
a continuation. Let me know how.
Here's Castle.
We'll find out.
This one brought in by Dorial Green Beckham. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
I will play all the way through for you guys.
Flexed out position
We'll
because
see on
he
this.
creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Murray, the lone setback. And they'll give it to him here. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Now that result is no surprise. This team is bringing back memories of what? The 85 Bears, the 2000 Ravens. Those teams were so great against the run. They made you abandon any plans of doing that when you played against them.
The catch is made by Kendall Wright. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Similar to a slant, it's all about timing when you're throwing a crossing route. Quarterback and receiver have to be in sync, and when they put it on him just right and catch it full speed.
And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. DeMarco Murray, his second touchdown on the season. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead. And Charles, he's able to dive in there in a short yardage situation.
Just find a place to get to the end zone. Didn't matter where it was, but once he did, used his nose for the end zone and dove in.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And this will be a touchback. Last year would have come out to the 20. This year they'll move it out to the 25-yard line. All right, this is a guy that needs no introduction to the league. He has been around quite a while.
And it's good that they have him, because when he looks around his huddle, he may not have guys with the same experience he has. Maybe some of the youngsters, and his veteran leadership should help them along the way.
They were looking for Johnson that time, and that'll bring up second down. And a look at the offense that is hoping to put some points up in bunches here in this one. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. From the gun, Rivers. Oh, he almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his second there.
A nickel set shown by the Titans on third down.
They can pass. Rivers to throw it, and it's complete to Antonio Gates. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down.
So much about offense is what we call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping them from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
See if they dial it up this drive.
One thing I know, defensive coaches love it when they don't have to invite their players to the party. This strong safety, you never have to ask him twice to help in run support. He's going to arrive and in a bad mood.
Again, it's Murray. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
And as we've seen throughout this season, it's no picnic trying to score touchdowns against this unit. They're ranked number 1 against the run. But it's also difficult because it's not easy to throw the ball against them either.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he hits his man, Matthews. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And now a first down following that long gain. With the former Volunteer Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Titans with a football here to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down.
Let's go!
Now they'll run. Murray. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
That almost felt like the defense said, he is not getting in. What a play.
Not only stopping him at the line, but pushing him back a yard as well. Again, it's Murray. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going to play action since you ran it twice.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. DeMarco Murray, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. Not a bad start for him. 2 drives for the offense, 2 rushing TDs.
Almost like he's in the percussion section in the band, isn't it? Got a little oomph, right? Got a little crash, got a little bang. He's got it all as he gets to the end zone. Second rushing touchdown, as you noted, on 2 drives. He's off to a terrific start.
Okay, you ready? Wait for it. But,
Illegal block in the back. Return team. Automatic first down.
Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down. It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
On 3rd down, Rivers gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Johnson was the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down.
Sometimes it looks pretty simple, batting the ball away, but oftentimes there's some pretty good teaching and practice that goes into it. Being able to get to the receiver, not interfere, and get his hands through the football and knock it away.
No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. So here we go now, an extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. Rivers.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a 2nd one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up the first down.
Here's Rivers. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Stevie Johnson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers have made this a 1-score game.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And right now we spotlight DeMarco Murray. And he's found the end zone. Here's Castle. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Kendall Wright, the intended target. And now it's second down. And on 2nd and 10 now. Murray, the lone setback. Now Castle. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Rashard Matthews, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
I see an extra DB on the field now for San Diego.
Yeah, indeed. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And now another one thrown incomplete. One of his main targets, Delaney Walker, the intended receiver. And that brings up 4th down. So the Titans are forced to punt as Brett Kern is on to do the honors. Travis Benjamin, deep for San Diego.
Not only was that a 3-and-out, it was their 3rd straight incompletion on this drive, and they didn't even think about trying to run the football. Now they have to give it up.
Returning, it's Benjamin. Oh, nice move. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. And now San Diego getting set to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
To throw, Rivers. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
They're indeed going for it. It's Rivers. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Rivers now to throw on 1st down. Completes it to Benjamin. And he's brought down. 15 yards there on the catch and run. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. 1st down, Rivers. Benjamin's got it. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Rivers on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. From the red zone now, Rivers. That's caught at the 3. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Okay.
And they're definitely showing blitz here. They'll try to run with Woodhead. And he's in across the chalk. Touchdown, San Diego. Danny Woodhead, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are within a 2-point conversion of tying this game.
Yeah, touchdown. I love it. Now it's only a 2-point game. I know it's the first half, but you got to think. Go for two. Tie it up. Go into the locker room. What are you doing? Come on.
You're bold. You're bold.
It's real easy to be bold sitting up here rather than down there and making that decision.
We don't have to make those decisions. Either way, little time left on the clock here in the second quarter. We'll see how this all plays out. And they'll get set here looking for the two-point conversion. They run again with Woodhead. And he will dive into the end zone, and the two-point conversion is successful. And so they run it in on the two-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the two-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the two-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for two. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have two remaining here before we get to halftime. And welcome back, the offensive unit. They took the timeout, and now they get set to line up as we resume action. Now Castle. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Castle. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, wide open, complete. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to go up top again. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Titans. Rashard Matthews as the first half is winding down. And the Titans have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Brandon Oliver now on the return. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now a play fake here on first down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action.
Here we go now.
They go with Murray again. And he is going to lose yardage here. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you cross-country to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando with our halftime report, here's Larry Ridley.
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Trump.
Well, that came a little abruptly here. So working on my apple up in the booth. Hang on here. Let me spit this out. And we can get to the third quarter now. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now the Titans defense gets set to go again. Their first crack here in the second half defensively. You always hope to set that tone, don't you, partner?
Without a doubt. Go out, stump them on defense, and let everyone know that, hey, we are really ready to play here in the second half, because oftentimes you come out to start a half, and people see a little bit of a lull, a little bit of a dip after having been off their feet.
Second drive of the second half. Throwing again. Rivers on 2nd and 10. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Remember how much we enjoyed watching him last week?
It's the same thing this week. Look at those numbers.
I'd hate to be a defender right now, because no matter what they're throwing at him in terms of coverages, he's finding ways to defeat it. And even when he's covered, he's not covered. Hey, what is he doing? What's that term they use? He's uncovering and making big catches. Really fun to watch. Oh, Brandon, this one hurts my heart as a former defensive back. Out in the open field, you've got a chance to get down this receiver. Instead, he breaks through you. You'll hear about this in the film room and from your teammates.
A first down throw here for Rivers. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Rivers now to throw on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. So 2nd and 10 here.
Before that last pass, 2 interceptions had already been thrown. And this last one tipped in the air, which means
kiss him goodbye, Travis Benjamin. And all the way in. Touchdown, San Diego. Travis Benjamin with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. So they're going to go for 2. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Rivers now gives to Woodhead. And he will not get there as the try for 2 is unsuccessful. And they will remain down by a point.
I know the natural instinct is to kick the extra point there and tie the game. But here in this spot, at this point of the game, is there another coach maybe weighing in with what to do here?
Well, I think that analytics are starting to say, with it being from the 2, that you're going for 2 more often. That makes sense. But there, I still like going for 1, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I mean, that's my first instinct. But I'm understanding how the game is starting to change. And we're getting a number of these quarterbacks who are telling their coaches, we should go for 2 all the time. I want to see if we ever get a team that actually starts to do that.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Second and 10, he'll look to throw again. Surveying the field. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. So a ways to go here on 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. For the Titans, Charles, 2nd most fumbles last year in the league behind Cleveland. They had 16.
And that's what happens as a young team starts to grow. You know, they try and get better. They will create their own problems, drop the ball too much. When they become veterans, take care of it better, their record will increase.
Rivers now. That's caught at the 3. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Hunter Henry, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown.
I want a punt. I want to punt.
Play clock winding down. And with a play clock at 3, we're going to get a timeout called from the sideline as they'll burn the first of their allotted 3. And the coach has decided to challenge this play. He has tossed down the red flag.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost
Okay,
a
I will
timeout
go
in
for
that
this.
challenge.
And as a coach, and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Wesley Woodyard. And they'll be down just outside of the end zone at the 1-yard line.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
That was 2nd down run for Murray. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
Now Castle. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Flowers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you're in the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads deep.
Come on, headphones. Work with me here. Work with me. Work with me. Yeah, there you go. There you go, headphones. Work with me. Work with me. There. Who's playing?
It's a whole game. Iowa and Iowa State.
Is basketball season almost over?
Maybe 10 or 11 more games for the season. For the college.
I thought it would almost be started already.
Spring starts in
passes so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game. An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from. I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. It's obvious to me that the big guy is beyond locked in. We saw last week a scintillating performance. We're seeing it again. I think he and his coordinator are in lockstep right now.
Sometimes a tip of the cap to the guys calling the plays here, yeah?
Not just calling the plays, setting the game plan, sitting with him during the week, watching tape as they formulate it. You know, the best ones, they listen to their guy and say, okay, what do you like this week? You like this play? You don't like that play? And that helps them formulate what they're going to do.
To throw his Rivers. Henry's got it out on the left side. They'll get 4 out of that, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, ball's out of his hand.
I'm gonna call Tim and discuss it with him about the 3-day rule because that's ridiculous for baked goods.
It's all food, at least right now. I mean, you can argue the point with anybody, but I think it's steak. I'm not doing it to be mean.
It just seems like a waste.
Well, that's why you're kind of supposed to eat it.
I was eating it.
Plus, like I told him, it's still nice and soft. It's not
Yes.
I understand it's soft, but it's still a 3-day rule.
That's a waste of food.
I'm sorry.
We waste money and we waste everything if we do that.
Hi. Can I speak for a moment?
Yes.
I am not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be nasty. I'm not trying to waste your money. I am trying to follow the rules I was given. I'm sorry if they upset you. I truly am. But we have to follow rules around here. That was one of the stipulations I was given. The only thing that lasts longer than 3 days, aside from like your milk, is the
Bap.
I can only do what I'm told.
Tomorrow's Saturday, great, so I can't call Tim.
Sorry, I'm
Tim.
not trying to ruin your life or throw your brownies away because I'm a bitch. I might be a bitch, but I'm not trying to throw your brownies away because I'm a bitch. Alright, we're out of here.
It just,
Bye, have fun.
Well, lots of pictures for you.
Take lots of pictures.
Your phone might get blown up.
Okay.
it just,
I'll turn it on silent.
it just is irritating.
I know. I'm sorry. I really am.
Because that's a waste.
I know that too.
Yes.
But there's nothing I can do about it.
Is that
Understand-
the state, or is that
I
help at home, or what?
I think it's the state, but I'm not sure about that either.
Can you?
When I was hired in,
Yeah.
Scott, everybody's gone. It's 4 o'clock. Tim's taking somebody tonight to shine too.
I mean, can you look it up to see if it's a state?
I don't know how I would find it. trying to be mean to you. I'm really not.
You're just trying to stop us from getting shut down, or because if the state saw that, they would.
It's probably a rule that somebody put into place to prevent people from getting sick. Now I realize nobody's gonna get sick on 4-day-old brownies, but that 3-day rule is out of my control.
Yeah,
I'm not doing it to be mean.
I understand. No, that's just
I know.
Because work, that's almost half the thing.
If it makes you feel any better at all, I kind of go by the same rule at my house for most things.
You do?
Yeah. I mean, I clean my fridge out once a week like I do here for you guys.
Yeah.
But if I find something that, like, either I've thawed or haven't cooked or whatever, and it's past that 3-day mark, I throw it out too.
Yeah. Like for other stuff, I get it. I get that, but for brownies.
But there's no distinction
Yeah.
in the rule. It just says 3 days.
Me neither.
And I don't know how we're going to make that change. If we do somehow get it to change, then I'll keep track of foods by type and how long they can be.
Could you bring that up to Tim on Monday or to?
Yeah. Or who?
To I forget Tim's boss.
Tim's who?
Tim's boss.
Christy?
Chris.
Yeah, I'll make a note of it. How about that?
I know that you're not gonna be. I thought we were gonna have a war there for a minute between you and Mitchell.
3-day rule on food. Discuss baked goods.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be mean. I'm really not.
Yeah.
But I noticed it this morning when I got here that it was the 4th and today is the 8th. So you've had 3 complete days with it.
Yeah. Like you said, your hands are tied, unfortunately. But right now, it might not be tied forever. This might just get the ball rolling to say, and
Maybe if somebody in authority can make that change, then we'll go by what they make that change to. But I can't do anything without. I don't have any authority around here, you know that.
you do have some.
A little bit, but I can't make that decision by myself.
Yeah, like you said, Tim's on his way out, so you can't make that call.
Chances are, don't be offended by this, but chances are, if he's already put in his 2 weeks, he probably doesn't care about your brownies. And just keep it real.
Yeah. I understand that.
That's one of the reasons I suggested you not have brownies and banana bread at the same time. Because then something surely would go to waste.
Okay. Yeah, I see what you mean. I thought because I was told when Mike was asking me interviewing that it's a couple days longer since it's baked goods.
I've never been told that. Did Mike tell you that?
Tim did at one point, but I don't know if that's...
Well, apparently Tim and I have never discussed baked goods.
But like I said, I don't know if he can make the call since he's on his way out. You know what I mean?
I don't know how to make that rule change. I get that you don't like it.
Yeah. You just do what you can do. And I just gotta make it work. I just gotta buckle down, and every night, if I have a big good or something, eat it throughout the 3 days, like one for every meal or something.
Oh shit, I gotta do your meds. God damn. This day has been a whirlwind. Scott, I do believe that today, if my head wasn't attacked, I think I would freaking lost it already.
Should we be giving... Here's another question for you.
Should we be giving me my Miralax with the way I'm pooping? I can't stop it without a doctor's order.
But I'm basically pooping water. That's not good for me either, you know what I mean?
I know. The doctor's been called.
Take Peter to pay Paul. Well,
Huh?
take Peter to pay Paul. Paul will get dehydrated, and then we have to fight to get hydrated again if I keep drinking it. But if I make the call, I will get yelled at for not taking my meds. Because I could make that call, but I will get yelled at for not taking my meds. You see what I mean? Because you guys got on me about that, and
Yes, because you were refusing meds whole bunches of times. Do you want me to see if I can get a hold of Billy?
yes,
Okay, let me go pee first, okay?
you want me to drink that while you go pee.
No, because there's nothing in it yet except coffee.
You want to put something in it real quick, and then while you go.
But that's your laxative that you want me to call about.
No, the Miralax.
You're not taking Miralax right now.
I mean, I want to see if we can hold that for tonight.
Let me go pee first. I'll deal with it all after I empty my bladder, okay?
I'm gonna go check on my game while you do that.
Okay, it's only gonna take me 30 seconds. By the time you get back to your door, I already done.
Yeah, if I don't run into something first. because I feel like I'm starting to spiral.
Do you?
Yeah, but I don't know if that's what you see. Seeing you do not seeing that, then
Oh, I definitely see it. I saw it worse yesterday, I think, and you didn't want one. But if you want one, I'll give you one.
I will eat and then see how that goes. See if I can get myself calmed down first.
Do you want one?
Not right now. I just wanted your opinion on it.
How about you're crazy? Is that a good enough opinion?
What's that medicine that they gave me at the hospital that did not knock me out but calmed me down?
I don't know. It started with an A, I think. I don't remember if it was Adderall or Ativan.
Ativan. Can Dr. Goodbye do better? However you
Where the
say.
fuck he is. That about cover it?
Yeah. Can he prescribe me that? Or is that just a hospital man?
I would imagine he has the power to prescribe that.
Because when I was in the
Oh, I know. I heard all about you being an Ativan junkie. I heard that you called him. You were like, I love Ativan.
yeah, because it don't knock me out. It does not knock me out. That's what I like about it. It does not make me see stars. I asked while I was there at the hospital. I figured I'm already here. I might as well ask. I asked to see one of the
Patrick?
yes. I asked to see one of them. And I thought, well, I'm already in here, and if they want to keep me for a psych eval for a couple of days, or adjust my meds while I'm already in here, so I might as well get that done too. That was my thought. But they said, since I was suicidal, but not suicidal enough, they wouldn't give me psychiatric.
What is suicidal but not suicidal enough? What does that mean?
I was
I didn't realize there was a gray area in the word suicidal.
Well, apparently there is.
everybody's fucking job for him. That's not an actual concept, dumbass. I almost have a bachelor's in psychology. I could finish a bachelor's degree in a year in psychology. Not suicidal enough is not an actual term or concept.
Quote unquote. I was suicidal, but not suicidal, though.
What does that even fucking mean? Like, that just pisses me off. Somebody told you weren't suicidal enough.
Yes.
That's pathetic. I would like to slap whoever told you that.
Basically.
With a chair.
Well, basically 3 different nurses told me that.
That's not their call. They're not a psych doctor.
They said I was not suicidal enough for them to even call psychiatric.
Jesus.
And on top of that, they... Guess what else they asked me?
Do I even want to know?
Where I want my body to be sent.
What?
Where I want my body to be sent.
What do you mean?
Like, where I want... Like, if I did kill myself, where I wanted my body to be sent.
Jesus.
If they ever have to take me in, me being suicidal, don't take me to do porn. Whatever you do.
That's pitiful.
Yeah, because I was like, I need help, and they were like, are you suicidal? Yes. Are you how bad are you suicidal? And I'm like, I want to strangle myself. And they were like, well, that's not.
Hello? Oh, thank you, Jesus. How close are you? Thank you very much. Do you know what Scott just told me? The nurses in the hospital would not call psych for him. He said he wanted to strangle himself and he wanted to die. They wouldn't call psych for him because they told him he was not suicidal enough. What the fuck is suicidal enough? And why are nurses making this call? That's not their job. Yeah, this really pisses me off, because how dare the nurses tell him something like that when he needs psychiatric help. Right. Right. I am one solid year of school away from a bachelor's in psychology. Not suicidal enough is not a concept. Right. Oh, yeah. I'll bet not. Right? Well, she's right. Right. Right.
What's so funny?
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Right. Rubber bands around the wrist. Flick them. Yep. Oh, God. Jesus. Yeah. Oh, thank God. Alright. Alright, bye.
Yeah, but doesn't necessarily should have just got me psych like I requested.
That's insane. Like, that really pisses me off for you.
Like I even requested because I knew I was on the edge.
That's ridiculous.
And I requested psych and I was they told me I was not suicide, so I don't know.
What does that mean? Every time I hear you say that, that just pisses me off. That's not a concept in the world of psychology.
Well, apparently it was a concept in their mind. Let's put it this way, hell, I almost called you up 2 o'clock in the morning.
I don't like you that well. Oh, where's mine?
I'm like, didn't get any sleep last night because of my kid. Oh, I'm trying trying to call you again. Sorry. And then, of course, I had a vindicator this morning, which, I might be here a lot longer and more days.
Okay.
Coming up pretty quick. There's quite a few changes.
He's been eating since 2 o'clock.
Scotty, do you still have diarrhea?
Yes.
Has anybody given you a shower since I gave you a shower?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
He saw her yesterday.
You're just doing the funny hair today?
Yes.
Okay.
House manager failed to brush it.
Oh. That house manager, I don't know what I'm going to do with her.
Have you heard Tim's news?
Yeah. And that's part of the reason why they're transitioning me to being here more and not in Decatur.
Not that I'm getting excited or anything, but if they're going to transplant her here instead of in Decatur, maybe that means I have a shot at getting Tim's job.
Go for it.
I'm going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then.
But then who's going to be the house manager here?
You could do it. Amber could do it. Lucia could do it.
Any of us could do it.
Not any of you.
Oh.
You could do it. Amber can do it.
Okay, got it. The ones that actually follow
Yes.
the guy's plans.
They're mad
the
at me
most part.
right now.
Because you took the brownies away?
Well, I had to. It stated 2-4. Everything in the house only lasts 3 days.
Scott, have you been getting your own brownies? Goodness. We need to work on your cutting skills.
Oh, no, that's Mitchell's handiwork. I told him that I had to throw the brownies out, and Mitchell
Got a handful of brownies.
immediately went for a handful of brownie. And then I've been so damn irritated today, I don't know, I can't even see straight. So Amber came to pick up Mitchell for the night to shine. And we went
did
out
he go already?
Yeah. And we went out to smoke before she took him. And I left the brownies over here and went out there and lit a cigarette, and I was like, wait a minute. I just left those two yahoos in there alone with that pan of brownies, and they're going to eat them if I don't go in and get them. So I come back in here to find Mitchell over here in this corner ripping up brownies, about to give it to him. Like, drop the brownie!
Oh my god.
It's wasting it now. Again.
But you both have tummy issues.
And again, it's out of my control.
Well, I will bump up that tree again till we get that road changed.
Okay, but I'm not that tree. Eat your pork.
Okay, so you've been eating since 2 o'clock.
Yes.
You're super hungry. You're getting all your protein fill in. Well, I guess I didn't feed you the other night, did I? Lori fed you lunch, and then after your explosions and stuff, you were like, I'm hungry. And I'm like, if you eat more, you're going to go more. And it's bedtime. And plus, I had to give him the apple juice with his one powder medicine. And he still had to drink a whole cup of water. So I was like, adding food on top of all that liquid probably wouldn't. His stomach would hurt so bad.
He's drank 3 bottles already today.
Awesome. He's been working towards what, 64?
Mm-hmm. He hit it yesterday.
Good.
In one shift.
Good. Yeah. Did you do the every 15-minute thing? Every 15 minutes, 2 ounces of water.
No. We sucked 48 ounces of water down in 2 minutes.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, before he went to the hospital the last time, that's what we were doing, was every 15 minutes drinking at least 2 ounces. Because we were trying to get everything softened up, but obviously it didn't work. But the sad news about all these changes is...
Something happened in Decatur?
Yeah.
I've been there. You can tell me about it when we go smoke.
Yeah.
You done eating yet? I've sat here for almost 3 hours with you. I told you I didn't have 3 hours to watch you eat today.
But I'm getting these developed. Because that's what I found today. Scroll over to the next one.
Oh.
And she went in to sign paperwork today to take over his care.
Where'd that cat come from?
Is it the orange cat between his legs?
Yeah.
That's Fat Cat. I don't know. But that cat will not leave him alone now. That cat sticks to him like glue. And when I first started working there, that cat didn't have nothing to do with nobody.
That's his rumpus, right?
No, that's his shoulder and his side.
What?
Yeah, that's his left shoulder and his left side. And there's nothing right there on that side on his chair that would cause scratching like that. And since he is wheelchair bound, there's no way for him to get marks like that unless, you know, he either got scratched by something or
Well, those aren't cat scratches.
tossed on the bed and, you know, landed on something. I don't know. I just thought those marks looked really weird. So I was like, and I asked him what happened, and he just pointed to the back. And I'm like, oh. And then I had, oh wait, I don't have it with me anymore. I had to take everything out of my pockets for court today. But on a Taco Bell receipt, we were having this little conversation. Because that's the only paper I had on me at the time was a Taco Bell receipt. So we're having this little conversation. And he had asked why. Because he kept saying 4. And I'm like, I don't know if I'll be back in 4. And then he's like, 2. I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to come on Tuesday. I don't know what's going to happen yet. So then he was mad.
course he was.
And he wrote down on the paper the dollar signs and kept going. And I'm like, what? And then he'd point back, and I'm like, yeah. So he knows it's about the money.
Well, yeah, he's not stupid. He knows those kids go in there and take his stuff. He knows she's holding his check.
Mm-hmm.
He's not dumb. Let me find out she hit him.
Well, I guess I could understand the shoulder because he is bony and he bumps into the walls and stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
So the shoulder I'm not so worried about, but side, I'm like, that's not clothing, rubbings, and is it his left? No. Yeah, it is his left hand that goes in between his leg and his right hand has mobility.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it couldn't have been him scratching himself because he can't even reach that far. What, Destiny? What, Destiny? Oh no, your laptop's in the car, sorry. No, there's nothing piled on it. I won't break it. Well, no, we're not going anywhere. Okay. Well, I'm at work, so I'll talk to you later on. Alright, love you too. Bye. Don't put anything on top of my laptop. But yeah, so I don't think that's something that could have been done by himself. So I'm going to get those developed and add them to my narrative for today. Because I was like, this might be my last opportunity.
What? What?
I need a cigarette.
Can you help me then? Get the fuck.
I don't need a fork. If you don't bite me, we'll get along just fine.
Yeah, but yeah, I was kind of shocked to hear about Tim. But I guess he got a position at Lutheran or something.
A long call.
Right. So I asked, who's gonna be like the other one to be responsible for the house besides Tara and you? And she was like, you? I'm like, oh, okay. And she's like, hold on. And then she called Heather. And she's like, Heather, we could really use her at the house. And she's kind of getting fed up with the situation in Decatur. And Heather's like, well, I've been working with Lisa. And Lisa comes in Friday to sign her papers. And I'm just like, oh, great. And then I was like, well, who's going to protect him?
Right.
And Heather said, well, when I saw him, he seemed to be happy and doesn't let them bother him. And I'm just like, okay, and she's like, I know that you love him and you care about him and you want to protect him. She's like, but he's your client. And I'm like, alright.
Yeah.
So.
But he's a different case. This is Hot Rod we're talking about.
I know, but she was like, she was just like, you can't get too attached. She's like, if you want, you can be backup. I'm like, yeah, put me on as backup. She's like, or you can do as Chio.
You can't get too attached. I don't know, whoever came up with that bullshit.
Just like they do it in practice.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play. And we're back now in Mission Valley and San Diego. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the fourth quarter. On third down, Rivers gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Danny Woodhead with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. And he's certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Lambo on for the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it ends with a San Diego score. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken about the 12. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Here's Castle. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Here's Brett Kern now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now Benjamin. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So out come the Chargers. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. 10 yards still left on second down. Throwing, Rivers. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Offense.
So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Rivers now on second down. Benjamin's got it. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. That will be their third and final stoppage, as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. Seven yards remaining here on third down. Rivers now. And that is incomplete. Here's Drew Kaiser now, as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. And how about this, a fake? And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. It's picked off by Bryce McCain. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. Now Castle. Green Beckham has it over the middle. A gain of 6 there on first. A good start there on this fourth quarter drive. They need more of what we just saw.
Down a couple of scores. There's still time. All right, it's not like they're totally out of it, but they have to score quickly, and they're going to need some big-time plays, chunk plays, explosive plays. They need yardage on each snap.
Looking to throw. And complete to the tight end Walker, right side. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, but when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
This one complete left side to Green Beckham. And down inside the 15 he goes.
Holding. Offense.
So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. Here's Castle. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. He was looking for Dorial Green Beckham. That'll bring up second down. They'll look to throw again. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there? You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Complete on the right side to Green Beckham. They needed 15. They got 16 and a first down. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get the third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
A gain of 4 on the play, and all of a sudden here, it's third down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Gotta try it here. He's back to throw. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
And they put it in the end zone, which was job one. Now they have to convert. And then it's decision time, isn't it?
Yeah, this is what all teams go through. You look at the clock, you're inside 2 minutes, look at your timeouts, make that onside kick decision.
Yeah, how do you feel about your defense, where you are in terms of the scoreboard, and the time left on the clock, as you noted? So many things to go through.
This is taken near the 13. Then he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And he gets this one in midfield before he's brought down. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Throwing here, Rivers. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Now another timeout here called by the Titans. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Rivers to throw, and his throw here is incomplete. Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third. Here's Rivers. And this is going to be incomplete.
Really good, smart play by the defense, understanding third and short, guarding the first down sticks, and being able to make a play on the football and bat it down.
Mike McCoy not known for being one of the most aggressive coaches, but he says let's go here on fourth. They run for it with Woodhead. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. And defensively, they were ready for that. A full-on blitz on fourth down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. He's back to throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
I think the defenders have to feel pretty good, even though the ball was tipped in the air and could have become a big play for the offense. They actually won one because the guy flinging it today, he's having quite the performance. A couple of touchdown passes, almost threw his first interception, but he's throwing it so well, I think Lady Luck was on his side.
And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
They'll try and run with Murray. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Give him 3 on the play, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. 2nd down now after the incompletion. He'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Well, they brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Manti Te'o. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. 2nd down following the incompletion.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
To throw is Rivers. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty. Partner, why were they even putting the ball in the air in that situation?
I know they have confidence a lot of the time in their team, and, hey, we can call anything. But in this spot, with that lead and that amount of time on the clock, not much, you've got to take care of it. I would have figured they'd run the football there.
Now their defense has to stand tall. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it, you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the 4th quarter. You got to feel pretty good as a defense.
They'll look to throw. Crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And right side, Henry's got it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Chargers, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they'll have another home date next week as the Miami Dolphins come to town. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Green Bay Packers. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Chargers are winners here as we say so long from Southern California.
Internet don't work. But I also need changed too. I'm wet. Okay.
I'm not gonna forget about that. I'm not gonna break it back. But
that was the road to the Super Bowl, and we'll see you next time. So, if you like this, subscribe and do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. No. I won't do that. Yes, but I don't. Is my shower swing dry? Shower swing dry?
did nobody put your sheets back on after?
No. I got poop on them this morning.
Oh, okay. So they were taken off. Okay, they were put on
Yeah.
and then taken off.
Yes. And
Yeah.
is Is it dry? Go figure, right when you guys walk outside, that's when I need to go to the bathroom. Go freaking...
I think you panicked. No?
My bladder does.
Your bladder panicked?
My bladder plays tricks on me.
Yeah, every time I'm waiting for you to go to the bathroom, I'm standing there for 5 minutes and then I move 1 centimeter and you pee on me.
Alright, have a good weekend, guys.
You too.
Mm.
I think the plan